Well, it's November here in Phoenix, Arizona, and that's when all the snowbirds start making their way to the Valley of the Sun when it's 57 degrees. Now, I envy you, snowbirds, because you live in a very cold place, and then you can come down to Phoenix, Arizona, and get a tan in the winter, and then go back when it gets really, really hot in Phoenix, Arizona, and cool down. But right now, Chicago is 36 degrees. Man, that's cold. Okay, Minnesota is 32 degrees. Michigan City is 36 degrees. New York City is 40. And Canada is 35 degrees. Now, for me, it's easier for me to cool down, especially in October. Me jumping in my pool. Check this out. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is actually October 8th, 11:20 p.m. And what I wanted to share with you is if you are a snowbird and you think you cannot swim in October, I'm going to prove you wrong. As I stated earlier, it's 11:20. Right now, it is October 8th. So if you're looking to move to Arizona, it's always a good time to go swimming, especially in October. And then also in the wintertime, I still am able to wear a polo and some shorts, hang out, swim in October, enjoy the winters with not putting that big coat on, scraping that ice off my windshield, taking the snow out of my driveway. So if you are a snowbird and you don't have a primary residence here or a secondary residence, thinking about retiring, whatever, this video is directly to you, my friends. With all the snowboards here coming here in November, that's when the snowbirds flock to Arizona or they flock to Florida. But we're going to be speaking about Arizona right now. And I want to give you a real estate update just in case you come down and you're thinking like, hey, I really love it here. It's 50 degrees. I can wear shorts in the wintertime and take photos and send it to my friends who are freezing back home. And believe me, I've seen some photos like that. So with that being said, snowbirds, this real estate market update is for you. So while I'm in my polo, hanging out in 50-degree weather, go get yourself some hot tea, some hot coffee, turn up your heater because I know it's cold over there. And sometimes we still have the ACs running over here in Arizona because it gets a little warm during the day. But anyways, let's get you that real estate market report update for you. If you're thinking about buying, investing here in Phoenix, Arizona, this video is for you. Now, most of the time, snowbirds who come over here to Phoenix, Arizona, whether you're coming from the East Coast, Canada, wherever it may be cold, most people buy with cash. But if you're needing to get some financing, things have changed because the federal government has came in and increased rates just this year, and it has been gruesome. But with that being said, interest rates have actually gone down. As I share my screen here, one of the major tools that I use is Mortgage News Daily. This actually gives me really great feedback and gives me the tools that I need to calculate how much payments are going to be when snowbirds come to say like, hey, you know, I really want a second home here. I can Airbnb it while I'm out, or just come down and visit and use it 20, 50% of the time. So right now, as I shoot this video, we can see the interest rates have dipped to 6.62%. Now, of course, we're not in the low 3s or 4s, but there are some programs still where we can get you to that rate, depending on credit score, income, etc. But if you're retired and you're coming in with cash, this does not matter to you because you just want to come and enjoy the desert, the 50-degree weather. Don't have to be shoveling your snow off the driveway. Don't have to be scraping that ice off your windshield. So if you're a snowbird and you need financing, I suggest you highly go look at this website. It's really up to date daily and gives you the exact interest rate if you're needing to get financing or looking to get financing. Is mortgagenewsdaily.com. I am not affiliated with that website. That is a tool that I use as a real estate agent and investor. And if you're a snowbird looking to get some financing, I suggest you look at that website as well. As you are aware, a couple years back in Arizona, we had very, very, very low inventory of housing. Things have changed to favor you, the buyer, the snowbird coming into Phoenix, Arizona, saying like, hey, now's a great time to make a great deal because I can get a house that I truly want. I have more properties to look at, and I can make my offer substantially less than the asking price instead of doing a bidding war and having to bid up the price and waive inspections, waive appraisal, buy it as is. Now you have the opportunity to ask for a discounted price, ask for inspections, ask for the appraisal, ask for the seller to repair some stuff, ask the seller to buy down the rate for you if you need financing, and a lot more stuff that we can cover when we meet. So if you're a snowbird, I really want to show you this, is you have 17,132 options for you to choose from here in Arizona as you make your way over here during November, because this is the month where all the snowbirds come in. This is where we see all the license plates on the freeways, and the locals are sometimes mean to you, and I get it. It's just because you're not aware of the traffic and how people drive here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we have a lot of rude people. You will get honked at. I'm just warning it. I'm just giving you a warning, because when Arizonans are driving here in Phoenix, they can see all the colors of the license plates. And during November, we see a rainbow because the snowbirds are hitting Arizona. All right, my snowbirds, I wish I could be a snowbird, but I am hitting that age, almost half a century. I am going to be 46 this coming year, actually next month, and I envy your lives. I really do. But I love living in Arizona because it's really warm, and for me, it's easier to cool off than it is to warm up. Really, originally from Las Cruces, New Mexico, moved over here to Arizona in the year of 2000. So you can pretty much call me a native already, being in the real estate business. I have seen this whole entire city and state change from when I moved here. So with that being said, I got the information here, and I did not make this up. I'm actually get this information. I pay for this information, and then I give it to you guys for free. This is from the Cronford Report, and I love what they're doing over there. Tina Tamborn is amazing lady. So check what she writes out here. Listen very closely while you're driving in your car, or you're sitting here at your Airbnb or at your house thinking about maybe, hey, I should sell and invest and buy another house. Or if you have some friends saying like, hey, you really need to look at this video because this guy just broke down the entire real estate market just for snowbirds. So demand has been weak for several months, but it has gone much weaker during October, driven by the weight of the interest rate hikes. Okay. Now, listen to this. Things could be a lot worse, however, because the high interest rates are almost as discouraging for sellers, despite the low rate at which new contracts are being signed. Active listing counts rose only 2.5% over the last month due to the shortage of new sellers. Now, what's happening here is people who need to sell are going to sell. People who do not need to sell are not going to sell. So if you're coming in from the East Coast and you're a snowbird looking to buy in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Arcadia, or Gilbert, Chandler, or anywhere in Phoenix by Camelback Mountain, etc., we're going to have to be very specific in your search and try to find the house that really fits your needs and your lifestyle that you want to do over here, especially in Mesa where the Cubs play, because I know a lot of fans from Chicago like to come and be close to the stadium. We have the White Sox. We have so much baseball. We have so much stuff going on. We have the Super Bowl coming too as well. So with that being said, is make sure you choose the right agent that understands what's happening with the local market. Make sure they're full-time. Okay, so sellers are not selling just because they want to sell previously before the rate hikes, okay, to get as much money as possible. So these sellers are going to be motivated, and during Q3, Q4, and sometimes Q1, is these sellers are very, very motivated, and it is buying season right now. Buying season right now. So let's get into some appreciation here. The 5.6% annual home price per square foot appreciation rate is likely to get down to zero sometime around the year end and its current trajectory, meaning that appreciation levels has gone up so high in Phoenix, we are now seeing the trajectory going down, and we're going to stay probably at zero for quite some time. Okay, so with that being said, so with the Federal Reserve still raising the federal funds rate, the outlook for mortgage rates is biased to the upside. This means November is likely to be similar to October, only more so. Extremely weak demand for buyers, unusually low number of new listings, poor negotiation power for sellers, and very low contract signings. So you as a snowbird pretty much have the ball in your court. Okay, if you're looking for a nice house, we could get it below list price, below list price. A lot of great terms, etc. And if you're looking for financing, we can actually help get the seller to buy down your interest rate, 3-1 buy down, a 2-1 buy down, etc. Or you can use an ARM loan or go a 30-year fixed rate buy down as well. So there's many options, but if you're paying cash, that really does not matter to you. Okay, so here we go. Conditions are very good for buyers who can still afford a home. They have little competition from other buyers, and sellers will treat them with about 100,000 times more respect than they would have in 2021. This is because we have more inventory, and of course, sellers are having a hard time selling their properties, especially now in Q4, because it is buying season and willing to negotiate. Sellers are willing to negotiate when they have been on the market, especially over 60 to 90 days. Our problem, though, is that buyers who can still afford a home are becoming an endangered species. Even existing homeowners are often unable to afford to move because this would mean giving up their current interest rate, okay, to sell, and then to go buy another house. That means that their payment has gone up as well. So we all know the interest rates were going to go up. We just didn't know how fast it was going to go up. I honestly didn't think it was going to go up this fast. But now we're seeing the light trend of interest rates going back down. So if you are a snowbird, right now we have balanced market in some cities. We are a buyer's market in a lot of cities. And the cities that are heading towards a balanced market are now becoming buyer's market. And we're talking about the hottest parts of Scottsdale, of Phoenix, of Arcadia, okay, of Paradise Valley. Those are starting to become a buyer's market where you as a buyer are going to have a lot of power in negotiating your contract, your price, and your terms. So my snowbirds that are coming here in November, I welcome you to Arizona. Be careful on the freeways. If you're getting honked at, just wave and smile, because I envy your life to be able to go somewhere cool when we're hot and to come down here when you're freezing to keep warm in 50 degree weather. So that being said, my snowbirds, if you need any help, all my information is below, and I hope you enjoyed this video and this real estate report for you, my friends. And we will see you guys on the next video.